Next, we are looking on how to change our logo, our site icon, and build our header. So in order to do that, we will click to view our site. While we are in our dashboard, click View Site. And the site is empty now. And this is how the header looks now and the footer. So to change the header and the logo, click on Customize on the top bar on the left side. And after we click on Customize, we can see on the top side that we have the header. If you want to start customizing the header, the easiest way is to click on the pencil icon on the top left side, and then the header will pop up. We can also go manually in here, clicking on the header builder, and it will take you to the same place. So on the header builder, we have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, which on each of these rows, we can add different items. So let's look a little bit on the top row. And if we want to add some, like say the account, it will add it on top in here. We can also add something in the middle. We can add like a button in the middle, and we can add something on the side. So let's say we want to add a menu on the side. So we can do that. We're going to delete all the 3 items that we added. And next we're going to add our logo, which is in the middle. And for that, we click on the site title and logo. And we are going to remove this logo, and we're going to select another one. In order to select the desired logo, and if you don't have it uploaded on the website yet, you can just add it on the website. So we're going to add in here with the drag and drop builder. We select it. We're going to skip cropping because the logo looks fine like it is. And then the logo is set. But as you can see, it's a little bit too big, and we can change the size from here on the left side, and we can make it look good. After the logo, we can see that the site is displayed, the site title, so that can be adjusted. Also, you can add the logo for the Retina devices if that's the case. So let's add that too. We're going to add the same one in this case, and it's set. Once the logo is added, we can remove the site title, and we're going to toggle the visibility off on desktop, on mobile, and on tablet mode. And then next, we can set the visibility of the logo on mobile, tablet, and desktop. And then we can set the site icon. So let's set the site icon. As a general rule of thumb, the site icon should be a square. So if this is possible, it would be good to make it as a square. So let's remove the current one, and let's select another one. We will need to upload it. We're uploading the site icon. I'm going to select it. I'm going to skip cropping. And the site icon is set. Click on Publish. And now we have set the logo and the site icon. Next, we are going to set up our menu that is showing here. And we can click on the menu here, or we can click on the menu here on the bottom. So what's on the bottom represents what's on top. So with the 3 rows as stated before. So in this case, we don't have a menu, so that's why all the pages that we have on the website are showing in here, but we want to create one. So click on the menu and start configuring the menu. So as the primary menu, this one on top. We don't have one to select, so we're going to create one. So for that, click on Create New Menu. And we're saying the menu name. We're going to have a menu name. You can choose whatever you like, but I'm going to call it Primary Menu. And after I created the menu, I click Next. And then I'm going to add items in the menu. Now it's empty. And let's start adding items. As in items, it means the pages for the menu. So let's just click here on the plus sign to add the blog. And let's add my courses and my account. And maybe the shop page. So now that we added all the pages that we want in the menu, we can reorder them if we click reorder. And we can, with this little arrow, we can move them around or move them one under another. So if we move my courses under my account, it will show like this, right? After we are done, we click done and we click publish. And this is how we created our first menu that is here on top. Clicking on the primary menu again, on the header builder, we can see that we can add different columns in here, different items. So let's say that we want to add something in the middle, like a button. And we have a button, and we can move it around. Let's say that we want a button at the end. And we can move it around, click publish to save. And then click on the button to add the link. And if you want it opened in a new tab, if you want the size to be small, medium, and so on. If you want to change the design of the button, you can click on design and you can click on the text color on the background. Let's change the background and make it more appealing. And you can set a hover color. So when you get over it, it will change. And then we can also add a border if we want to. And another one for hover. And if we are done, we're just going to click on publish. But also let's change the font and let's put another font that might look better for this action button. And let's make it a little bit more visible. So we made it bold. Click on publish if you're like the way it looks. We can also add the border width. One, let's look at it, or maybe two. Looks even more visible now. And maybe a border radius if you want to play with it. Let's add 12 in the corners. And it looks like this. So this is how we add a button in the menu. And then let's see what we can add on the next route just for demonstration purposes. Let's say we want to add social media here. And we can change it around. We can put it in the middle, on the right side. And if we click here on the little cog, we can change the design. Let's change the background to something like this. And you see the header is starting to change. Let's click publish. And we can do all sorts of customization in here. And we can make it look the way we want it to. If you want to customize the social icons, for example, you just need to click on social. And then you see the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram logo, and you can add more. Let's say we want to add, for example, YouTube. and we're adding it, and we click on it to give it the label and the URL. We can also change the icon. We have multiple options in here. We can just search Facebook and change the icon. Also, we can change the design of this. We can play around with it and adjust it the way we want to. Also, some other options is to show the label or hide it and stack on desktop, table, tablet, or mobile. You can change the way it looks. So we have multiple options. If you want to see how this looks on tablet or mobile, we just click here on the bottom, tablet and mobile, and we can get an idea of how it looks. Click on publish and the settings are saved. Next, let's configure the off canvas menu, which is the menu that will show on mobile. So for that, we click on header builder, and to do that, we go to off canvas menu, and we can configure the menu here, and we can either create a new menu or assign a menu that was already created. So in this case, I'm going to assign that a menu that was already created, the one that we have on top, and it's already assigned now to the off canvas menu that will show on mobile. So let's publish this. And now that this is set, click on again on the menu, and let's see the mobile version. And we have here the off canvas menu that we can configure. Click on the off canvas menu, configure it from here. It's already set to primary, which is good. Let's see how this works. If we click on it, it will open up. But we may want to show it in a different way. So let's look on how we can configure it to show it in a different way. We click on the cog icon for off canvas, and we can select full screen. Let's see how this looks. If I click on it, it will show on full screen. Or we can select the flyout from the right or from the left. So let's do that. In my opinion, the flyout looks best, and it's the easiest one to set up, right? So we're gonna keep the flyout one, and we can decide here on the pop-up width. Let's say it's 70%, like this. Looks good, and we click publish to publish our changes. And also we can set some other things like alignment, center, or right. Or if you move it to the right, or we can set it as a drop-down target icon or link if we have some. And then we can also change the design. Let's click on design, and let's select another background maybe for the menu, and the icon color should be maybe this one. If we have icons, of course, we can set the inner element spacing. We have some, and the pop-up padding, it can be adjusted, right? Click on publish after the changes are complete. If you want to reset some of the changes, you can just click here on clear, and the changes will be reset. Click on publish again to publish the changes. You can go in general if you want to make some other changes, and that's basically it for the menu on the mobile. You can also change on mobile the way the toggle looks. If we click on it, we can select another icon for the toggle like this, or like the 3 dots. And the toggle button style like minimal, outline, or fill. We usually keep the minimal one. And you can also say menu if you want to make it a little bit more obvious. We can also adjust the design for the toggle button. We can set the icon color maybe to gray. And we can make the icon size a little bit bigger if we want to. So that's up to us. And click publish after our changes are complete. Next, we're going to take a look to see how we can make our header menu sticky. So let's get back to desktop mode. And in the meantime, we added a page to make this a little bit more clear. So let's click on the sticky header in the header builder. And we can activate the sticky primary header. In our case, let's activate it. Let's see how this works. So you can see that it sticks on top while we scroll. And then we have multiple options. So we can hide when scrolling down. Let's see how this looks. And when we scroll up, it will show up again. And then we can, let's say that we want to disable this, and we want to change the animations. So we can select slide for when it shows, or we can select fade. Look, it's fading in, or we can just select none. And then we can enable the sticky header in desktop, mobile, and desktop on mobile too. So let's say that we are finished with the changes and we like the way it looks now. And we click publish. So this is the way we set up the sticky header. And let's move to the next part. Next, let's look at the transparent header and how this can help us make mostly the homepage look better, because usually it's used on the homepage. So let's click on the transparent header, and as we can see here, we can enable it on the complete website. Let's do that. And now nothing will look good, because basically everything below the header comes up a little bit. So it will get a little bit messy. So in order to fix that, we need to change a little bit the design to make sure it looks good. So first, for the transparent header, I'm going to click on the header builder. I'm going to take out the social part. We're going to leave this one that's on top. And let's go back here. Let's select the transparent header again. And here we can select where we should have it on the website. So this is complete website, and we have some control here. We can disable it on 404 pages, search, archive. We can also disable it on blog post. So this is one way to control the transparent header this way, by disabling on different pages. So if I click here, it will disable it on all the pages, but I would like more granular control for this. So for that, I'm going to toggle this off, right? And I'm going to do it granularly on each page. I'm going to publish this. But first, what we'd like to do is change the logo for the transparent header. So let's select an image, and let's select the white variant of our logo. So I'm going to add the white one, because this is how it will look good. I'm going to choose the image. I'm going to publish. We cannot see it yet because it's not activated. And now I'm going to exit the customizer, and I'm going to look particularly into the home page. So I'm going to click edit page. And I want to change some things to make sure that the transparent header looks good. First, I'm going to hide the homepage title. I click on it, and I will click on the eye to hide it. And then I'm going to open the document inspector, the container, and I will set here a background. And I'm going to, while the container is selected, I'm going to click on style, and I'm going to change the image and set another one. I'm uploading a new image. And then I need to make some changes in order to make it show on the whole background. You can also use this gradient if you want to make sure this looks good and it's clear and the header would be clear. So let's use this gradient instead. Let's click update. And let's open the new page in a new tab to see how it looks now. And you can clearly see that we have the header and then the content with the background and everything else. So let's make this header transparent only on this page. So in order to do that, we click on the settings in here and we want to look at the elements. On the advanced settings, and we click on transparent header instead of inherit, which is default disabled. We will click on enable, and we can also do the sticky one if you want to. Then we return to the post, we click update, and now we can view the page again. And as you can see, now we have the transparent header set. And if we go scroll, it will look like this. But we can also do some changes to make it look even better. So let's work on that. Let's click on the back on the customizer to start working on it. Now that we are back to the header builder, we click here on the header builder and then we go back and you can see that we have a notification regarding the transparent header and we can click here to customize it. And now we see the logo that we've set with white and we can click on design to make some changes. So for example, if you want a border, let's say of 5, you can see the difference here with the border with 5 pixels, or you can add 0 and no border will show. So we can play around with the options. We can set a background overlay if we want to, something like this, and we can make it more transparent, make a subtle difference here. And we can click publish once we are okay with it. And we could also change the submenu, the menu color, the socials, everything that we would like to change in the transparent header. Now that we've set the transparent header on the front page, let's make some changes on the front page and see how it looks with the background image instead of a gradient. So let's click on edit page. And then let's click on the document overview, select the first container, click on style, and click on image. We already added an image, and then we can change the positioning. We can change the size to cover, and let's click update. Click the view page button, and let's see how it looks. So it kind of looks pretty good, but we do have to make some changes. If we want to make it look even better, we have to change the menu colors, so we can do that. We can customize it. Click on customize and go to menu and change the menu design. So you can play with the menu design, you can play with the border, we can play with the menu color. So for example, the text link can be white in this case. And so on. We have lots of options in here. But in order to make this right and to not get it wrong on the other places, let's keep it like this. And let's change it only for the transparent header. So let's go back, click on transparent header, click on design, and then we can play with the menu color, right? So we can make it white, and the hover, we can make it a little bit gray, and you see it works nicely. So we don't want to make the mistakes to change everything in the initial menu, because there are two separate things, the transparent menu and the original menu. So let's say we're completely satisfied with this at this point, even if it doesn't look great. You see this is white, so this should be a different color. So let's make it, for example, let's look at it and make it, again, go on the transparent header, design, and make the text link a little bit like this, maybe a little bit grayer. Okay, let's publish, and this should look good. Maybe even a little bit more darker, or some blue color. Let's see. Change the color to something that looks good in multiple cases, right? So that's why the transparent header is a little bit more complicated, right? To work with. Maybe something like that. Maybe some other shade of blue. Let's see how this looks. So this needs more adjusting, I would say, but let's say we are satisfied, and let's go further. So if we go to my courses page or my account page, the original menu shows back again. So as we've set the transparent menu only on the home page, this will look and work only on the home page.